Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fan Behavior. I'm Zoe, back with Hannah.
Hey, love your outfit.
Love your outfit, too.
Thank you.
We just finished recording the episode you heard last week, and now we're sitting back down to record this week's episode.
It's been 2 whole minutes.
Exactly. But it's been a week for you guys, so it's
Whoa.
a crazy time warp.
I wonder what's happened since we last sat down in these chairs.
I know. Insanity, I'm
Spooky.
sure. I don't know if you know this, but so we're obviously recording this in advance. We won't see each other until the end of August.
I know.
Do you know that? Which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
So scheduling update before we get into the episode. Next week, Hannah is going to be doing the spa recap with a guest. I'll be doing the Hungry recap with a guest. And then we are going to take 2 weeks off. TBD on the exact dates. We'll post them on social media, but we'll take a couple weeks off in August when it's summer break for everybody involved. So we thought might as well take some time off because she'll be traveling, I'll be traveling, I'll be out of the country. We wouldn't be able to figure out how to do it otherwise. So we're going to take a couple weeks off.
It's the first time in our whole podcasting career that we've taken a break that
in the summer
of the winter.
Yeah. I am a little bit worried that we're going to get some breaking news and that we'll have to, who knows how that will go.
Yeah. Well, we could just record a FaceTime call between the two
exactly.
of us.
Or we can, I can hop on Zoom, like worst case, and we can talk for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If we really need to, but that's not,
we could do a live.
No guarantee. Yeah, we could do a live. That would be funny. That would be funny. There's no guaranteed content, but we can't. Who's to say?
Yeah, right.
Who's to say?
We're just doing our best out here.
Yeah, I mean, I could potentially. I'll be on summer break. I will be in Europe over summer break. Who knows if I might be like partying with some F1 drivers somewhere. Like we could be at the same.
And as much as I want that for you,
place.
I will have the most FOMO.
I wish you all
but
like
vibes.
for the content purposes, it could be great. Like we could be going live. It could be like you, me, and whoever, and we'll take anyone.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like we are open to whoever.
Pick one, we'll take it.
Former drivers, current drivers.
Well, certainly former drivers.
Certainly former drivers. We will take that. So, anyway, want to just let you people know that. What?
Let you people.
Sorry.
Don't cut that. It's funny.
Sorry. I just meant like
they know what you meant. It was just funny.
Because we have a chaotic summer to say the least, but then we'll come back in time for what's the race
chaotic
after Zandvoort is the first race after the summer break, but I think we'll be back before that, but that's the first race. Okay, this week's episode is which F1 driver is most likely to. We did this last year, I think. It was a fun episode. I think people enjoyed. It's a good off week episode. And again, apologies if there's been news in Formula One that we haven't again, we're doing this in advance. So please don't scream at us and be like, why aren't you talking about XYZ?
No one has ever screamed at us.
Well, on the interwebs, people have, in all caps. That's this social media version of screaming.
Guys.
We're recording this in advance, so we don't know what's going on. But should we just jump in?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was gonna write down. And maybe I can still do this. Actually, keep talking.
Oh, okay. We're vamping. I'm not good at doing this. I'm like, when we do these podcast episodes in advance, I do always wonder, like, what is to come? Like, what is when they're listening right now? What has happened? Anything? Nothing?
Totally. I know. So what I was gonna do is because I feel like whenever we do these episodes, we always forget drivers. So I'm gonna write them down all on a board so that we can remember all of them.
All right.
But let's do the first question and then we can go from there. All right. So which F1 driver would call the manager at the slightest inconvenience?
George.
You think so?
Well, so okay, these are always so funny to me because there's so many different scenarios in which they do it or like people could apply because I think George would, but I think he would be like polite about it.
Yeah.
Whereas Fernando,
you think he's gonna
could
lay down
call and not be kind of it, but I don't know. I mean,
be more like direct about it. Like this isn't correct, and I want it to be fixed.
To be fair, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but Lewis, I could see Lewis having he's very particular. I know from an inside source that he's a very particular rider. Now that's also typical, coming from his team. It's not necessarily directly from him, but
Yep.
and again, I don't think he would be rude about it, but just like,
No.
these are not the pillows I asked for, kind of a thing.
But that's we know from Drive to Survive that George travels with the pillows, travels with the
That's true.
comforter. So if George is not, maybe he's forgetting this, I could see him kind of being very particular. He's a very particular guy. I would say the particular guys on the Max is particular, I think, to some degree. Lewis, I mean, there's a repeated pattern here of like guys who are
winners who are particular.
And who are particular. Because Max, Lewis, Fernando,
yep.
George, I think I can see this too. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. So I have Max, Yuki, George, Kimmy, Charles, Lewis, Oscar, Lando, Fernando, Lance, Pierre, Franco, Nico, Gabby. Forgetting a team. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I'm forgetting a couple teams.
Williams.
Oh, yeah. Alex and Carlos. Oh, I don't have Haas. Esteban and Ollie. And then one more.
Do you have McLaren?
Yeah. I have Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, Aston, Alpine, Stake, Williams, Haas. Am I forgetting one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my God. I know everyone's like, you dumb.
Aston Martin.
Oh, no. It's V-Carb.
Oh.
Isaac and Liam.
Whoops.
See, this is why we have to do this, because otherwise
so
we will forget these drivers. So I'll just put this up
I
here.
can't believe we forgot Isaac and Liam.
I know.
Sorry,
So
guys.
terrible.
Okay.
Just in case we need to
Yeah.
refer. So I think those are the ones that are probably the most
Yeah.
likely to potentially just want to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Okay, which F1 driver would go back to school and get a PhD later in life? Lots of them that will not.
Correct.
I can see George going back to school.
I could see that too.
I also could see Oscar.
Yeah, I was gonna say Oscar, and that's it.
I wouldn't be shocked. It wouldn't shock me if Esteban went back to school.
Okay.
And it wouldn't shock me if Alex went back to school.
I was gonna say Alex too, but then I wasn't really sure why I was saying that.
I don't know. It's just like,
Sorry, I feel like I have a needle in my eye. We're
oh,
good. Everything's
that's not
fine.
good.
No, but if I'm like twitching, that's
Like the scene in Easy A when Emma Stone's like, I think I have like a twig or a branch in my eye.
so good.
So funny. I feel like the most likely is probably George. He just seems like a learner. He wants to get educated. He wants to like, I don't know what he's going to get his PhD in, but something.
Yeah.
He wants to raise his hand.
So true.
He wants to raise his hand and answer a question.
Yeah, he does.
He's
you make sure the teacher's
George
kind of
he's not the personality, not totally the personality, but he is kind of the Selma Blair character in Legally Blonde. Again, not this like he's not mean. Like George is a very nice person, but she was always very eager to raise her hand, talk to the teacher. That sort of
turn
thing.
around and make sure everyone knew she was correct.
Exactly. Okay, which F1 driver is most likely to say 5 minutes away and hasn't left home yet? Lando Norris.
Totally. Maybe
Kimmy, Charles Leclerc. Yeah. 100%. Oh, no, we know who it is from Drive to Survive. It's Pierre Gasly.
True.
Because remember that scene where Charles Leclerc's like waiting for Pierre at the restaurant and Pierre's late and he's like, I'm just going to order. Like he was, so maybe
also,
not
did
Charles
you see
Leclerc.
that Charles Leclerc left his brother at a restaurant?
No.
Yeah. I saw it on Twitter, I think. He poor Arthur is just standing outside, just like looking around, and then Charles comes back to pick him up.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
so Pierre, I think, could definitely be. He's a guy who
Carlos may have a moment or two of that as well.
Pierre is the kind of person to me who just kind of like time doesn't. It's just like it doesn't really. It's ephemeral. I'm throwing out lots of words today, but like it doesn't really mean anything. Like for me, when someone says 10 a.m., it's like 10 a.m. Like it means something to me. Yeah. Time is just,
thought.
It's a construct.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a construct for Pierre Gasly.
Do you think any of the drivers share their locations with other drivers?
No. I don't. Maybe the only two I could think of. I mean, Yuki's begging. Yuki's begging. Yeah.
Yuki's definitely shared his with Pierre, and he's just dying to break. I bet he's like tried to bribe Kiki into like getting into Pierre's phone.
Kika.
Whatever. Kika. It's all the same. I'm sorry. No, that's not true. No. Your name is. I apologize.
Yeah. Yuki's sneaking into Pierre's driver room, like getting the passcode, share location.
which
100%.
And Pierre's like, Yuki, stop doing this. I don't want you to know where I am.
No, and then Yuki like texts him at like 11 p.m. It's like off week, and he's like, "Why are you at this place?
Why are you in the water?"
That's so funny. I was gonna say Charles and Pierre could also, because they're such like longtime childhood friends.
Yeah.
And maybe Isaac and Yuki could share a location.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I could see Isaac really wanting to know.
I could see that. I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Cute. I don't know about anybody else, but
maybe Alex and Carlos, only because they live across the hall from each other, just like to make sure they're safe.
That's nice.
But I bet not.
Which F1 driver is most likely to survive the longest on a deserted island?
I don't have like high hopes for most of them. I guess it's just the longest, not for a long time.
I think Fernando, in my mind. Like Fernando is just like gonna figure it out. He's gonna Fernando and Lewis perchance maybe together.
Yeah,
they can,
Yeah,
because we know how much they love to work together, and I think they could figure it out. And with Fernando's like sort of, he's gonna do whatever it takes to figure out anything, and then Lewis is like calm rationale, like he's gonna be more just kind of like strategic.
Meditating.
Could be a good dynamic duo on the island, but most of them are gonna be completely useless.
As would I.
Yes,
by the way.
Which F1 driver is most likely to win Survivor or Traitors?
Ooh,
that's two very different. I mean, they're kind of similar in terms of like you're voting people off. It's all about like,
I would
alliances.
say Survivor again. I would maybe go Fernando or Lewis, because it's just like a lot more like physical challenges and mental toughness.
But it's also like you have to like create the alliances. You're talking like you're building connections. There's some backstabbing involved. Fernando, 100%.
Yeah, a lot of these guys don't have like good poker faces.
No, I could also kind of see like a sneaky person winning, Yuki. Like, I could see him kind of being a little bit like, oh, you don't really worry about him.
Yeah,
but then
because
he seems
so aloof.
Yes,
but he's really dialed in.
By the end, you're kind of like, wait, you're still here, and like you're the one that I'm fighting with.
I feel like there's a chance Oscar could be interesting on like Traitors.
That's true. Oscar could be really, but he's also the kind of guy where people are like, he's the first one we're gonna get out because you don't know what he's
thinking.
Yeah, because you just kind of don't want to deal with it. But that's a good call.
And maybe Alex Albon on Traitors.
Yeah, Alex is good. That's a good call. Alex is a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Which F1 driver is most likely to get married in Las Vegas? Who's the most spontaneous? Yuki. Maybe Lando, I could see.
Yeah.
No, you don't think so?
I actually, is it getting married in Vegas or eloping?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because married in Vegas is like very specific.
Let's say it's like Hangover style. Like it's elope. You potentially maybe you just met this person.
Yeah.
That's really, that's really
I kind of could
chaotic.
see Isaac maybe doing that.
Potentially. I could see him getting involved in something like that. Maybe Franco. Actually, Franco seems like the type of guy who's like gonna find like the woman, and he's gonna be like, I want to marry you right now.
Yeah, and then they'll be married until they for 20,000 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and I could see him being a real smooth talker.
Oh yeah.
Like he's gonna, he's gonna make her fall in love with him immediately.
Yeah. Soon.
Exactly. Okay. Which F1 driver is most likely to know all the words at a Taylor Swift concert?
Fernando Alonso.
Well, we would hope, but
we know it's not Pierre, and we know it's not Charles.
But now they could.
Yeah, maybe
because this is post
all the songs.
We know that George, Charles, and Pierre went to the Eras Tour. I think that's the only ones, right? Or maybe did Alex go, or just Lily went? I think just Lily went by herself. So maybe by osmosis, Alex but we know Alexandra, Charles' girlfriend, is like massive Taylor Swift fan.
Yeah.
Because I saw her singing the 10-minute version of All Too Well, and she knew literally every single word.
Yeah, she's a queen.
So maybe again through osmosis. But Charles Leclerc seems like the kind of guy who
he's just not listening.
Lyrics are one ear at the other.
Yeah.
He is not retaining the information.
Yeah. Do we think he's actually a good singer, or was that a joke?
Who said that?
Lewis on stage at one of the pep rallies.
I have a hard time imagining it, but like maybe.
As do I. Yeah.
Maybe, but he does have good musical ability. I'm saying George.
But George couldn't even name a Taylor Swift song the other day in a press conference.
Oh, okay. Well,
so that leaves me now.
That's
in
true.
Fairness, the way
who knows? You know who knows is Lando. Lando in that one video was singing "Love Story." I think he might know.
True.
I'm not saying he's going to know every single word.
Are any of Oscar's sisters Taylor Swift fans? Because he may have just been subject to.
No, because in that video he was a lot more like
Oh, yeah,
Lando knew like the Climb by by Miley Cyrus, and Oscar seemed to be kind of out of the loop.
Like what's going on? Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Lando Norris.
Okay.
I'm gonna lock that in. Okay, which F1 driver is most likely to have a child in Formula One, like compete in Formula One?
Max.
I mean, I listen. Obviously, want Lily Verstappen to do whatever she wants to do, and like, but it would be pretty freaking awesome if she was an F1 driver.
Yeah.
So that would be sick. Who's gonna be?
Do any of the F1 driver dads have sons?
I mean, because it's only Max and Nico, so no.
Oh right, okay. Not. By the way, that doesn't mean that they can't be in Formula One.
Yeah,
I was just trying. I couldn't remember.
I guess the question is which F1 driver is, because I feel like this common story with all these drivers is like their dad specifically is like a little bit pushy and like is really wanting them to get into Formula One. And I feel like Max has very much said like, I'm not going to be that way.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean that the person can't make it into Formula One, but it does seem like a common theme with athletes is like that their parents are a little bit pushy. And so I guess which of these drivers seem like they'd be the most, and I mean, I know that's kind of a negative, not great quality to have, but I'm just wondering, I feel like maybe like a Fernando, I could see him being not pushy, but just I could see him like wanting it.
Yeah, I could see Lando too.
You can?
Kind of.
Oh, see,
and I don't think pushing in a bad way necessarily. I just think if they're, and especially like for Max, if Max's children want to be in Formula One, he's going to support them. And it's very hard to not like as the competitor that he is. Like, I don't think he's going to be the way his father was, but he's going to be hard on his kids who are in, because it's just the way you do it.
It's also very hard. Like it's typically the star athlete very rarely has a child that like matches that level. I mean, we see it with, LeBron James's son, or like, it's typically like Jos Verstappen was never the driver that he probably wanted to be.
Which is why Max is.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think it's hard. And maybe that's a reason why Fernando wouldn't be this way, is because it's like he was a world champion driver. It's more of like I think it's the answer to this question is a driver who's not in F1 right now. A driver who was maybe in F1 for a couple seasons and then got the boot. And it feels maybe a little bitter, wishes they had become something more.
Like Nick DeVries or something. I don't mean like that specifically. I know he's still racing. But
Similar in that regard.
He's the first F1 driver I could think of that.
But like, it's not going to be like Daniel Ricciardo. Like, he's not going to be.
No, he's certainly not. He's probably going to like hope to goodness that his kids want nothing to do with racing, and of course,
or they'll just like do it for fun. Do it for fun. That would be ironic, not ironic, but it would be interesting if that was the case.
More like iconic. Bring him back to the paddock.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. So the answer is I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
but
I think
I don't know if it's a driver on the grid right now. It's maybe someone who's been kind of burned by F1 in the past. Which driver is most likely to go to space if they got invited? Who would be on the Katy Perry Blue Origin fight? But I think Lewis is so self-aware that because of all of the like crap that everyone was getting, I feel like he would be like,
yeah, that's fair.
I'm not getting on this flight. But you're right. I think he would want to go to space, but I could see him like not wanting to do it in a way.
Being really low key. He's like, oh, no photos.
And just like not in this pomp and circumstance, I'm an astronaut. Like
Yuki might go to space. Just so we could tell Jason Statham about it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see like maybe potentially Kimmy going to space.
Definitely someone whose frontal lobe isn't like totally.
They're still
finished.
a bit young, but I can't see really any of the other. I guess Isaac could. I can't see Ollie. I can't see Liam really.
No,
I can't see Gabby.
No.
But yeah, someone young and who's just kind of like let's freaking go.
Yeah.
Can't see Lance.
No,
he's not. He doesn't want any part of that.
God, I just have no interest in going to space. Like, it's cool.
We've
got
cool,
people out there checking it out. Yeah, I'm good on the ground.
Yeah. Which F1 driver is most likely to start a podcast? Let's say post-racing career. I mean, I feel
and Isaac would have a fun podcast.
They would have a fun podcast. I think George is the most likely to have like a media career post F1, like commentator, or he could be a principal too. But I could see him having I could see him having a really analytical podcast where he's breaking down like a race and how it happened.
Yeah, I think Alex Albon would be a fun podcast host too.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of has a podcast now.
That's true.
With Williams, I think he does a good job.
He would be great.
Yeah.
He has the right balance of like he's funny, but he also
maybe he and George could co-host a podcast together.
Yeah, oh, that's great.
Because they're friends.
A great idea.
And they bring
yes. Different.
It's kind of like you
us.
and us. Yeah.
Does that make me George?
Yeah. It does in that scenario, but I'm George in every other dynamic,
That's
so don't
funny.
stress.
I'm not gonna That is so funny.
Yeah.
That's fun. I love
Cute.
that. That is really sweet.
What are they going to call it?
Oh, gosh, like British bias.
Stunning.
I don't know. That could be funny. Okay.
That's a great name. That was so quick.
I'm sure there probably is already a podcast out there. That would be a good podcast name if you get our two Brits starting a podcast. They should make one that is that called that. Okay, which F1 driver is most likely to pull a Nico Rosberg and retire after one driver's championship?
Fernando Alonso.
But he already has two.
You're right.
Yeah. Let's start with someone who doesn't have a.
Please hold. George.
That's a good, yeah.
Just because
Who is like so burdened by F1 that if they can just get the one, then they'll be like
Daniel Ricciardo.
I'm out of here. I mean, I was gonna say potentially like an Esteban. Like I feel like he is just, but maybe I think he has like a new lease on life. But I feel like he's just been like so because of his upbringing.
Charles.
You know who it is? You know who it is?
No.
It's Lance Stroll.
You're right.
100% it's Lance Stroll.
Yeah, you're right.
Like he is getting that championship and then he's saying, I've done my job and I'm out of here.
Got a jet.
Gotta go. Who is most likely to have the longest career in F1, not including Fernando?
How many years has Fernando been in F1?
I think he's been in F1 for like, I want to say 23 years or something. Let's see.
He's been traveling like this for 23 years.
Maybe not 23. Maybe not 23.
How long has Lewis been in?
Hold on.
Okay. It's a great question. I just don't have enough knowledge.
I mean, I would say, yeah. Oh my God, 23 years, Fernando Alonso. Damn.
I don't know why you're shocked. You're right.
I mean, I don't know why I
know you
never looked that up.
You retain data in your subconscious.
I guess so. And Lewis has been in F1 for 18 seasons.
Okay.
So I don't really see Lewis.
For
I don't
5
see
more
Lewis.
years?
Yeah.
No,
I don't see that happening. Is there
So-
anybody else? I mean, Kimi is a
He has potential
because he's so young, and Max was so young when he started.
Yeah, but I don't think Max is gonna go that long.
I completely agree.
I think Max is like
I completely
getting
agree.
to be over it.
I think he's gonna retire probably like mid-30s.
Yeah.
I could see him saying, "I'm good here."
Yeah.
So Kimi's a logical option. I mean, Isaac is also quite young, but I don't know how. I mean, he definitely could have a very long career, but
Yeah,
you just
I
never
feel like
know.
whoever that person isn't on the grid right now.
Ooh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just lost on my. Okay. Which F1 driver is most likely to have read the most books? We do know that Liam is not in contention because Liam has told us on the record that he's not read a
and
book.
Reserve Driver Pato Award also doesn't read books, so not him.
I mean, I think the answer is
First of all, we can't never not ask that question to drivers because
Yeah,
and then
it's
one day
funny.
we're gonna have interviewed so many drivers, God willing, that we'll just have a clip of like, "What's your favorite book?"
I don't read.
I don't read, or like a picture book or something.
That is, yeah. Someone will have read. I think it's Lewis.
Probably.
I think
I could see Alex reading,
think,
but I don't know if he's like well read. I think he might be reading Lily's like ACOTAR.
Yeah, or like a romance novel.
Yeah.
I think George reads.
Uh-huh.
I think Charles Leclerc does read.
Probably.
Lewis, Oscar seems like a reader to me.
Mhm.
Lando, I'm not so sure. Fernando seems like a reader to me. Lance actually you don't think so?
Reader of what? Like novels or like mind like development books?
Maybe a little bit of both. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know that he's like a super big reader, but I see him. I see him.
You could see him
having
with a
read.
book?
Yeah, I could see him with
Yeah.
a book. Lance, I think maybe.
Potential.
Pierre's reading some like controversial stuff potentially.
He's
or
reading
like
comic books.
or like you think comic books? I think
or
he's reading like some
graphic novels or Twitter.
that's I was gonna say
Like,
I feel like he's reading like, how to hack your like
Oh,
work
sure.
week or like that's not controversial, but like
how to hack your work week. how to fix his microbiome,
how to hack your body,
yeah.
like that kind of stuff, like
Totally.
like people who've claimed to be scientists,
Sure.
you know, or whatever, but they're
Yeah.
really not. But like,
Yeah.
you know,
He's certainly watching the podcast if he's not reading.
yeah,
books.
exactly.
Mhm.
Franco,
Gabby might be a reader.
Gabby might be a reader. Nico also might be
Also,
a reader.
my favorite thing about when we do the series is we cannot pick one person. who's
The-
most likely to?
the
grid.
most is Lewis. That's
Oh.
my answer.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just going through and saying who I think also has read books.
At least one.
And we know Esteban loves a comic.
True.
So he's probably read a couple comics. And Carlos, I think he's read.
In school when he had to, probably.
I don't know. It could go one of two ways. The bottom line
Yeah.
is we have to get into the paddock. We have to ask this question to all
Mhm.
the drivers. We can do it on like National Reading Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can set up a Scholastic book fair.
Exactly.
I miss those.
Me too. Those are the best. Which F1 driver is most likely to go to IndyCar? And let's be realistic about this.
Okay. I could see Yuki in IndyCar.
Yeah, I think of all these people, I think Yuki and I think the rookies. Because
Yeah, I could see Liam.
you don't really know how long they're going to last.
Yeah.
So I think of the like more veteran drivers, I would say Yuki. That's more of just like I think that'd be fun.
Mhm.
I mean, Yuki at the Indy 500 would be like the most.
Yuki in an oval setting,
I know.
think in general would
but
be
the idea of him in that environment, potentially
winning,
like
chugging milk, kissing the bricks.
that would be just something we'd all need to see. So
Yeah, I agree.
I would love that.
Me too.
And maybe maybe a Liam or maybe even like Ollie I could potentially see. Not that I think any of them are on their way out of F1. I just potentially.
Mhm.
Which F1 driver is most likely to get married next? This is the last
Ooh.
question.
I kind of think George and Carmen are like.
So I think our biggest,
they feel overdue to me, and not that it's a brace or that they owe anyone.
but they've been
anything,
together
but
for a very long
for
time.
a very long time.
I was
going to
say
solid.
the most like likely seems to be George or Alex potentially
Yeah.
or Carlos.
Yeah, they're pretty serious, huh?
Yeah, and Carlos is the oldest. Carlos is 30. He'll
Yeah.
be 31. So it seems to me like he's the most in that like potentially in that phase of life. I'm gonna say Carlos.
Okay.
That's my prediction. But time will tell.
Time will tell.
It's not gonna be Lewis Hamilton, I can tell you that much. Well, actually, it could be. He could pop out next week with a wife, and we would be like,
Yeah. What if
Damn.
he's married and we just don't know?
She's been hidden for forever.
I would love to see Lewis as a father. Not that
Yeah,
you need to be married for that. I'm just saying, like, I think he'd be cute.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
girl
he
dad.
would. Wait, I was just gonna say something. Oh, I was gonna say we know it's probably not gonna be Yuki unless he pops out with Ana de Armas or Emirata.
well, you can't take Anna from
Pato.
Pato.
Pato. I mean, you gotta like strike while the iron's hot. You gotta go for it. Like
Yeah.
he hasn't,
Fair
he
point.
needs to do something about it.
Mhm.
We can only talk about it for so long.
Yeah, we can only spread rumors
before
for so long.
He can take matters into his own hands.
Yeah.
So ball's in your court, Pato.
Yeah.
Like you got to do something.
Yeah.
But as you said, she's with Tom Cruise, so which is crazy.
Yeah.
Anything that you have thought of that you would want to ask, like any other ones or no? No. Well, you came up with the share the locations.
I don't
so
know where that came from. I just thought it was interesting.
I think that's a fun one. I
yeah.
like that. Well, thank you guys for sending those in. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
And as Hannah said, we didn't really. I mean, we tried to answer as many of them as we could, but we just ended up basically giving like 7 answers for each question.
That's how we are, and it's more fun that way. I just think it's funny sometimes. I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that we know that we're not good at playing that game.
You didn't answer the, or I guess you said George. You think
About the
is your
marriage?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
He just seems the most like following the steps.
sure. Yes. Well, we'll have to
Traditional,
wait
I
to see who's correct. Maybe it'll
Yeah.
be neither of us, but
Yeah.
it'll be fun if one of us is right.
Yeah, we'll be.
Maybe that's what will be. What will be so crazy is if the news that's announced in this week off is that one of them is engaged, and then
This
we
comes
won't
out.
even know.
Yeah. Wow.
It's weird.
Spooky.
Maybe summer break. I feel like summer break could be
Yeah.
like a time when something like
Well,
that.
because they always
happens.
go on a boat somewhere.
They always go to the islands
to the
of-
sea.
yeah, where they go to heal.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So that's that on this episode. As
Mhm.
we mentioned earlier, next week Hannah will do the spa recap with a guest. I'll do Hungary, and we'll be off for a couple of weeks. Apologies in advance. I know it's not,
We love you.
ideal,
we need it.
but
Apologies.
it's just how it's going to have to be. But we appreciate you guys always listening and, sticking with us and supporting and listening and having fun with us. It's all we can ask for.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
We love you.
We love you guys. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Enchante.